What's up, y'all? It's the Venus Journey podcast where we discuss music, artists, and entertainment. Today, I am taking a detour. Usually, I just talk about music and stuff like that. Today, I'm going ahead and take a detour to talk about TV because this Sex and the City reboot trailer just dropped. And first of all, I was unaware that they got greenlit for a second season. I literally thought that, the thing is called And Just Like That. I thought that was just like a one-off. I thought that was supposed to bring closure, even though, mind you, I didn't feel like we needed that. Like, we got, how many, what was it, 6 seasons? 2 movies? Like, we're good. We didn't need to revisit Sex in the City. Of course, those of us who are fans of the show, it's the type of thing that it's like, even though you know that it's not necessary, you're going to watch it just because it's there. Like, you're gonna take the opportunity to revisit these characters and see what's going on just because you're a fan and you want to see these characters again. It's like going over to an old friend's house, But it was already like, we didn't need this for the simple fact that we already had the closure that we needed from both of the movies. On top of the fact that Samantha wasn't in it. So it's like, what are we really doing here? Number one. And then that news about Chris Noth, who plays Big, had came out. So it was a scandal around his name. And it was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, why is this necessary? But regardless, they did what they did. Okay. I did not care for that reboot. Specifically for how Miranda was portrayed in that reboot. I was like, what is going on here? Like, I know they didn't give us all these decades of Miranda and Steve just for it to end like this. Like, I didn't appreciate how they portrayed Steve. Like, I'm sorry, Steve really loved Miranda, and you trying to tell me Miranda just decided, like, this nigga's old now, he's hard of hearing, and it's time for my gay awakening? Like, I was not here for that. I feel like even if they were going to go in that direction of them separating so that Miranda could start on this new journey, and that new journey included her having a relationship with this person who actually, I'm saying gay awakening, but I think the person that she was with, Shay, I think they identified as non-binary. Whatever the case may be, if part of her new journey was like exploring queerness, okay, that's fine, but the way that they did it was so ugly, and I didn't appreciate that. Like, Steve deserved better than that. I also didn't like the fact that Miranda, like, when Carrie was talking about the fact that she felt like Big was, like, still reaching out to her, I didn't like how Miranda was basically telling her she sounded ridiculous. Like, this is not the time for you to be on your high horse about why paranormal activity isn't real. Like, your friend is grieving. Like, tuck that in. Tuck that in. I also didn't like how she went to that class of the black lady. Forgot the character's name because they're a brand new character. I don't know the actress's name either, but she's a really good actress. She also plays in The Morning Show. If you guys watch that on Apple Plus, she plays like one of the black women on The Morning Show. She's a really good actress. She was a professor, and Miranda, like, she's being all weird to her because she's black and she's trying to not say something politically incorrect, and then somehow like a real friendship blossoms out of that. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, that was a weird way for them to become friends and introduce her into their circle. I see what they're doing, like trying to take the core 3 and give them off like friendships with people of color, because they knew they was gonna get lit up if we just sat there and watched white people yet again. So I see what they're doing, and it's like, okay, that's fine, that's cool, that's great. But it needs to feel more organic. Like, I didn't like how they brought her into the group. Charlotte's friend, Nicole R.E. Parker is playing Charlotte's friend. I believe that. Like, that's a friendship that's believable to me. Again, the way that Shay is brought in with Miranda, very inorganic. The way that that black character is brought in with Miranda doesn't make any sense to me. Carrie, her friendship with the woman who is an Indian woman, I can buy that. But with Miranda, it was just so clunky and awkward. I just feel like the writers really screwed up her character and her storylines. So it was just like, and Miranda's not even like my favorite of the group, but I didn't like how they did her. So in this new trailer, Carrie is processing her grief through casual sex. Because, okay, I mean, like, that's fine, I guess. I just don't understand why why do we need that right now in this day and age? Why do we need to see Carrie Bradshaw having casual sex again? Like, I don't need that. It's not necessary. I'm sure that she can give some cute scenes, some funny one-liners, but is that really the best use of HBO Max resources? Like, let's be for real. Miranda, she's still in this relationship with Shay. I mean, whatever. I don't care. Charlotte we're still exploring Charlotte being a parent to these teenagers, which, okay, like, I don't mind it. Did I need it? Probably not. To be honest with you, if they were gonna do like something based on Sex in the City, Charlotte is the one who I feel like would have an interesting spinoff, to be perfectly honest. But again, not really necessary. But I'll watch it. That's fine. I like Harry, and I like, when I did watch the reboot, I liked what Charlotte's storylines brought up, because she's the only one that's raising. Oh, well, no, because Miranda had Brady, but I think Brady is like in college or something. So we're not seeing that much of him. So Charlotte's kids are the only ones that we're seeing on a kind of regular basis, that's giving us a look into what it's like to be young in this current climate. So that's fine. The actresses that are playing Charlotte's children, they're fine. They're good. And like I said, I enjoy Nicole R.E. Parker as Charlotte's friend. But I'm still wondering why. Like, this is not necessary. This is just reboot culture doing what it does. It's just like y'all trying to grab at that viewership because you know that people are going to respond to nostalgia. The problem with this is that this show is not different enough. Like, there are different things about it, but this show is not different enough to be worth all of that. Like, if we take Bel-Air, for example, Bel-Air is one of my favorite reboots. Honestly, it's one of my favorites because while there are still elements of the original show in it, and I love how they keep, the original cast in the mix as well. Love that. It's a different show. It's a drama. You know what I'm saying? And it's really doing an amazing job at giving us high quality television focused on a Black affluent family. That's something that actually feels like a niche that isn't being filled right now. Like, it has a purpose. My thing with reboot culture is, like, if you're just rebooting it for the nostalgia and nothing else, and it's not serving any other purpose, that's going to come through. And that's what's happening with this. And just like that, there is no real purpose for this show at this point in time. If you look on HBO Max's like roster of shows, there are plenty of other shows that are current that are tackling similar issues, doing the same things, but just with a fresher, more original perspective. But because they're not bringing in Sex and the City numbers, they're like, you know what? We just gonna go back to what we know worked. And it's like, how long can you do that though? Really? How long do you think you're going to be able to do that? Instead of investing in figuring out the correct way to market the shows that you have so that they don't flop. Like, what's going on? HBO Max, what is going on? Please. Also, if you guys are interested in me, since I brought up Bel-Air, like I said, I'm really enjoying Bel-Air. If y'all want me to talk about Bel-Air, like recap the episodes, let me know, because I'll definitely do that on, like, and release them on Fridays, because the episodes come on Thursdays on Peacock. I will definitely do that because I really like that show and I like talking about it. So if that's something y'all are interested in, let me know. But back to the topic at hand. Oh, yeah. And here's the other thing in that trailer. Why did Aiden show up in that trailer? Like, didn't we already see him in the last movie? So what now? Like, he's divorced now? Now they can be together because he's divorced from his wife and her and Big is dead? Like, I don't know why that irks me so much, but it does, because like when you're watching the show, like the regular show, and you see how Carrie treats Aiden, it's infuriating. It is infuriating. Even like, we understand that that Big is Carrie's like big love, right? I understand that. But seeing the way Carrie did Aiden, it still to this day leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't care if Aiden forgave her and they kissed in Dubai. I don't care. Like, no. I don't like that. And then them bringing him back in this trailer as if they're going to tease them, like, this will they, won't they? Like, oh my God. This has been going on for 20 years. Aiden, leave this lady alone. Leave this lady alone, Carrie. Leave Aiden alone. Leave each other alone. Like, I cannot imagine being in my 50s and 60s and still going back to my exes from when I was in my Like, are you serious? Like, that's how you know there is nothing new to be said, because why is Aiden back? The only reason he's back is because y'all know that y'all have to bring back somebody that we recognize, because we're not gonna be interested in only seeing Carrie sleep with a bunch of random ass dudes. Like, y'all are old. And it's no shade. It's just that like old people can have sex, old people can have casual sex. That's fine. I just don't feel like seeing that from these characters, because we've already seen y'all do this in y'all lifetimes. Like, so now you're bringing back Aiden because y'all need a familiar face. And it's like, y'all know Aiden is a fan, and y'all know Aiden is a fan favorite. I'm just kind of annoyed. That annoyed me. Like, when I saw Aiden, I was just like, are you for real? Like, please be for real right now. Like, be so for real. Like, I really need Aiden to be done with Carrie. For real. Like, that just irked my soul. Anyway, that's how I feel about that trailer and this reboot in general. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Go watch the trailer. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's a mess? Are you excited? Let me know. All right. Have a good day, guys. Peace.